think just helping Ian a lot with some philanthropy stuff and doing some stuff for kids and doing a foundation and that.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, which I think is going to be awesome. So yeah.
Do you do any foundations?
I got not enough money for foundation. Sorry. When my husband played, he made $15,000 a year. He could make $15 million.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, his first. Yeah, so people might not know, but I'm married to Rick.
Who's Rick?
Yeah, Rick. Rick Barry.
Never heard of him.
Underhanded free throw guru.
That's the guy?
That guy.
That guy.
But yeah, no, his first contract literally was $15,000 and he had to make the team and they wanted him to try to help sell season tickets.
Where did you guys meet?
So, interesting story. I was working with USA Basketball, which we kind of said that after I went to the NCAA, I went to work at USA Basketball because I played tennis with that guy. So I was in charge of all the women's programs for the United States. So anytime the Olympics, Pan Ams, World Championships, any kind of team where you saw women with USA on their chest, I was in charge of them.
That's cool.
So back in the 80s, Ted Turner from TBS, he's married to Jane Fonda, he set up this thing where Russia would play the United States. And the United States would go to Russia one year, and then the Russians would come back to the United States. And the first year that it was done was 1986. So we were sending a delegation of all different sports to go to, it was the Soviet Union at the time, so it wasn't Russia, it was the Soviet Union, to go to the Soviet Union to play in like an Olympic type event. So there was...
It's like Miracle on Ice type of deal.
Yeah, kind of thing. With, they had hockey, they had basketball, they had, track, everything. So anyway, Rick, Bill Russell, and Ann Myers, who's a fabulous women's basketball player, were the broadcast crew for Turner. And I was with the USA basketball team as the chief of mission, taking them over to Moscow. So before we went, Rick came to meet the team and kind of come to a practice, that kind of stuff. And as he tells the story, he was looking in the publicity stuff and saw my picture and was intrigued. He was intrigued. So anyway,
all right.
Yeah. So and he was divorced at the time, or going through a divorce at the time, and so we met briefly there, and he was like, check it out, I guess. Whatever. I'm not going to tell the story. He needs to tell the story. But anyway, he put like a note on my door that night, like he knew where I lived or something. He put, hey, meet me someplace for a cheeseburger or something like that. And I was like, who is this person? Like, no. And so I just threw it.
You like cheeseburgers?
Yeah, I know. I didn't know who he was. But anyway, then we get to Russia, and they were broadcasting our game. So we spent a lot of time with him and Bill Russell and Ann Myers because they were doing all the games. And of course, there was nothing over there, but they were staying at the press hotel, so they had microwave popcorn, they had Diet Coke, they had chocolate chip cookies. I mean, we're eating like borscht and, bean salad and, just all this horrible
Russia's
stuff.
finest cuisine.
Yeah, Russia's finest cuisine. So every day he would bring a little bag of microwave popcorn for me and Diet Coke, and we actually played some tennis over there. There was a couple of tennis courts, and Ann Myers was a good tennis player, and Rick was a good tennis player, and I played a lot of tennis at the time. So we played a lot of tennis there. So then, as he likes to tell, our first date was the opening ceremonies of the Goodwill Games, July 4th, 1986. And awesome. Then 5 years...
Was that your first date as well?
Well, I'm not sure I knew it was a date at the time, but I guess it was.
That counts then, yeah.
And then he says there was 5 years of relentless pursuit after that. But he had a lot of baggage, so I had to kind of vet him a little bit, sort it out, that kind of thing. So, but it worked out. We've been married almost 30 years since then. So
that's a pretty cool first date.
It was yeah, it was really cool. In fact, the opening ceremonies of the Goodwill Games was better than any Olympic opening ceremonies that I've ever been to. And what was interesting about it is that day of the opening ceremonies, these clouds had come overhead, and everybody was like, oh my God, it's going to rain, it's going to be horrible. And all of a sudden it just started pouring rain, and we were just so distraught that it was going to be ruined. And later we learned that the Russians actually seeded every cloud within a 100-mile radius, which means they shoot something up in there, and make it rain.
What?
Yeah. So they made it rain in every cloud so that they wouldn't rain for opening ceremonies. So
I didn't know you could do that.
No, not
The
at all.
Russians are on something.
They can control elections and the weather.
I got a theory.